Welcome back. And welcome if this is your first time showing up.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you. This is Unprofessional Opinion. I am Rashard.
And I'm Melody.
Man, this has been one of those weeks where I was just glad. I'm happy to be married to her, and you know she helped me through a lot of things this week. Struggling with stuff here, so
Vice versa.
yeah, I think we help each other.
Yeah.
And even with this topic today, you know, we just wanted to talk about how important what we're talking about, you know, about healing. It's real important. And of course we talked about trauma, and then I don't know if you know you're checking out everything. We're hitting on trauma.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah, and we don't like to beat a dead horse, but we know what's going on, and there's a lot going on.
A lot of trauma going on.
So let's figure out how we can heal those things without bringing up the same thing. This stuff has been going on forever, so let's figure out how to heal from it.
Yep. So, man, I'm glad to be here. I hope this won't bother you. I see a little something there. There we go. I have to adjust the camera. I seen something. Anyway, so first and always, we want to get to the people that sponsor us, and we sponsor and we support them. So of course, we always want to shout out to Drip Scent. Do they have anything going on?
Yes, Drip Scent is now, they're dropping new products. That date will be June 19th. Make sure you look for new products. They already have over 100 products. So you know you want to go to the website and keep up with their Instagram to know what's currently going on.
Right. So then we have Nise. We always got to support. Man, I can't thank y'all enough. Every week, I don't care what you say.
And merch will be available soon.
Yeah, the vision is ridiculous. Like, come on, man.
So Nise, they recently updated their website. They have new items available, and if you are looking to do custom printing for your business or for graduation or anything like that, make sure you go on to Nise Customs, and that's also on Instagram.
Yep, they'll hit you there. Official Sports, you know, he's been full swing now. I just sent him, and you know.
But also, he's offering virtual workals.
Yes,
for those of you that aren't able to, if you're in another state and you're thinking, well, I can't get to his location.
Yeah, you can. Internet. If there's a will, there's a way. DJ Q, I talked to you this week, man. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. You know, happy birthday, little one. And Q's always celebrating his kids, man. And all I can do is support him in that. He supported his kids, and he loved his family. I appreciate that. Soulfully You. I'm waiting for something.
You gotta tell him what you want.
I'm waiting for something. I am. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I want. I'm trying to drum it up in my head, but it's gonna be good. I got a good idea of what I want.
She has new fabrics, so check out her website or check out her Instagram so you can see the new prints for the head wraps. That's nice. It's not going nowhere. Afrocentric is it's always been in, but now it's celebrated. So get your head wrap.
Definitely is. Then we have Bake Right, and I'm definitely gonna put in an order for a cake because it's about that time. I need it. Something with strawberries in it. I haven't figured out exactly what, but
she makes a funnel cake.
Yeah, did you see that?
I haven't tried that yet. I've tried almost everything.
Yeah,
I'll eat some even if I'm allergic to it because it's so good. It's worth the Benadryl.
Yeah. Then you did that, and she had a whole coconut, and she's like, my throat is all. I'm like, well, you had coconut. Anyway, Market for You. We have something special for Market for You actually today, so we'll speak to that. And Lavinia Rose. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm wearing my bracelets. I had to explain, like, I've been looking for this because we relocated, so it was in a box somewhere and it fell out of the box, and Rashard just stumbled across it, not even looking for it. So I'm very excited. I found my bracelet.
Yep, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's it. As always, you can always catch us. Oh,
and you may have noticed that we got a different backdrop in the back of us.
Yes,
it's huge.
Amazing. Look at this. This thing is crazy. Anyway.
And this came from Tay Girl 2013. She's an event planner, and she also does backdrops. So if you're looking for anything for any event that you're planning, the signs in front of your yard for baby showers, graduations, and it's amazing.
Yeah, this I can't say enough. I'm gonna take pictures in front of it because it is a step and repeat. Boom. But
and go ahead.
Go ahead.
And congratulations to the newly engaged Nise who will no longer share. Well, I don't share the last name anymore, but this is my cousin.
Yes.
And I'm just so happy.
Man, that couldn't came at a better time. I mean, I was like, what?
So happy. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yo.
You and Ben are gonna be.
I'm sitting in the front row.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be drunk and I'm gonna cry a lot.
She couldn't have found a better mate. They're perfect for one another.
Oh, absolutely.
So congratulations and cheers to you.
Cheers. By the way, very simple on that. We just did a margarita and put a lot of expensive crap in it, and it tastes really good.
It does. Splurge on yourself.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Don't drink.
We did the good stuff. So it came out really well.
Mm-hmm.
As always, Chardonnay Mel's Unprofessional opinion. Last week, we got a lot of feedback off of it, and I appreciate all the love that we get. It was a funny story, and man, I was holding that in. And if y'all go back and watch the YouTube clip, watch the part when I talk about the fireman coming into the room. Look at her face. Oh my God, her face lit up. I'm like, dang, do I do that to her?
Definitely. It was funny.
Only when I tell her I got a trip.
All right, and also make sure to like and subscribe to Chardonnay Mel's YouTube page.
Yes.
We got a lot of subscriptions, so that means that you guys are talking, you guys are telling people about us. That was awesome.
20 people, man.
Yes.
Keep telling everybody because,
we can help each other out. Like all of us got something to give, so let's help one another.
It's definitely a network, so I appreciate that. We're gonna jump into that first topic.
So we wanted to talk about healing while in a relationship. So there's two parts of this. There's things that you may be healing from that happened previously before the relationship, whether it be past relationships or something that happened in your childhood. And then the second part of it would be things that happen while you're in your relationship that's traumatic to one another that you'll have to heal from.
Yes.
And it may not even be something that extreme, but it could really play a part and play a role on your significant other, and that's something that you have to work on in your relationship. So we wanted to touch on those points.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to go first. We had technical difficulties, so I'm hitting everything that's possible.
That's why all the movement.
I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, it cut off on us.
Everything shut off. Yeah. I think we're using too much power around here.
So, what I wanted to first talk about, I wanted to touch on the healing that occurred. It occurred in our relationship, but there were things that I had to heal from because we started early on. And even if you don't start early on, there are going to be things that occurred previously that you may have to heal from within your relationship. You may not be able to get everything together before you start that relationship.
Well, of course, I think with me and her, initially, I understood certain avenues, about her parents and things like that, and I was sensitive to those things, and especially I didn't want to, hurt her, and we grew from that, because it came from a genuine place, and because I think we started as friends.
Yeah.
We
remained
friends, and I didn't want to, I'm like, nah, I care for this person. You grow to care for somebody. If you go in there with no preconceived, or I call them what we say the other day. Sometimes people set their bar, too high. They have these expectations of how they want to see their relationship with this person. Or what can happen. I didn't do that with her, and I came in at a point where I guess she needed me, and we talked about that literally last week. Something that happened 20 years ago, And it made sense to me why she act this way, or what, at that time it closed the gap. And that's why we tell everybody here, have those conversations, because it fills that void.
Yeah, so like I came into the relationship just like briefly, without going like getting too crazy or too deep. But I lost my mom at 13, and I had to grow up pretty fast, because I'm the oldest of I say 6, because I'm the oldest of 6 children. So there was a lot put on my shoulders, and I had to really grow up. So coming into the relationship, Rashard knew this. He knew I had lost, and that wasn't the first person that had lost. So he knew this going into the relationship. So he was always working on my trauma and trying to figure out how to ways to deal with healing me, but not even considering the fact that he's 19 years old. He grew up in the 90s in Los Angeles, where during the riots, the Rodney King verdict. So that is traumatizing within itself. He came from a two-parent, well, not a two-parent household. His parents were separated, so that's traumatic, and that's not something we say is normal, because it happens often, but it's still traumatic to a child. And then and being a black man growing up in Los Angeles. And,
that was fun.
Yeah.
That was
like nobody. So he was always focusing on oh, well, you lost your mother, and you moved to another state, and let me console you. But we just put it we put it behind us. We never even focused on the fact that, like, okay, well, you got some things that you need to deal with, like being shot at multiple times that's traumatic. That's not something that we should brush off like it never happened. But it was always about healing me. So my healing at sometimes came at the expense of him. So we didn't even really deal with things that he was going through, because my healing was stuff that people they knew, like, oh wow, this is traumatic, and that how did you get through that? Oh, losing a parent, that's something that's hard because it's unusual. But the suffering of a black man in Los Angeles, not even a man, a young teenager that's considered a man, is something that we're just going to brush off because that's normal. So that's why, like, I felt like we had to deal with that within our relationship, and we didn't deal with it for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. Like, I remember, and I didn't understand at that time, but we were talking about how I was at my apartment, my first apartment. It was pretty much her apartment too. I mean, she had a key and all that stuff. I think we described that. And but she would Mel worked. She had a full-time job, and then she went to like this. Yeah, she went to school.
Yeah,
and then she also had this program she was going to after school. It's nursing program. Where she was trying to be be a phlebotomist and all that. Yeah, so she was doing that. And this one particular day, and just to give a backstory, so this was like, kind of like her safe haven. She would go there literally and sleep. I would go to work, she would sleep all day, get up and go. It was just that for her. And I was off this one day, and she figured, she came in. I'm like, yo, what are you doing there? She's like, I'm not going to class today. I'm staying back. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna be the reason you fell from this program. No, you're gonna go. Mm-hmm. You can't hang out here. If you're not gonna go, you can't stay here. And like very authoritative. And I was, I joke all the time. I'm my personality. I don't take anything serious, at all. And I'm just like cracking jokes. And she got pissed. I'm like, you can't stay here. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you can't. So she walks out the door. She looks, because I have the blinds open, and she turns and puts her fist through the window. I'm like, I couldn't believe, I'm sitting here like, this is our first like real argument. We didn't have that, and I didn't understand the magnitude of what until basically I think years later after we talked about it, because it's like, she had things taken from her. You know what I mean? And this is another, like, as small as it was just time for her to just relax or just get her thoughts together. You know, you don't think about that at 19. I wasn't thinking about that. I didn't care. You're not staying here. I'm not going to be the reason you fell, right? She didn't get that part. And so I was like, you know, you can't stay. She put her hand through the window.
And we broke up.
And I was like, it was like a week period where I was like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with drama. That's weird, you know. Because I have friends that dealt with drama early, and I was like, I'm not doing it. So, we talked to each other, I think immediately. After she did it, she called me, and she's like, you know, I got glass in my hand, and, you know, all these things. And I'm sitting on the phone, and I'm thinking, like, something's really wrong. She's really upset, you know. Something's really bothering her because she's never reacted to anything I said in that matter up until that point. And I didn't get it. You know, she was always quiet and yeah, whatever, kind of like nonchalant until that point. So, I think later on in that week, I called her, and this is when I knew I was head over heels in love with this woman, because she came downstairs and I immediately took her back. She didn't even say nothing. I was like,
he called me to get.
I came to get her stuff. I was getting her cell phone back and like some other, like my T-shirt or some crazy stuff, right? And I seen her and I just, man, my heart melted. I was like, baby, it's okay. And she cried, and you know, I'm like, we don't have to do this. You know, this is good for us, right? You can break another window. and
that's an example, and I did, because I ended up kicking I kicked a car, a windshield.
Yeah, kicked the windshield.
I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah, she kicked the windshield.
But I was spoiled.
Oh, for $20.
I was spoiled, and like being, like I said, I had lost my mother at 13, and my mother spoiled me, coddled me, and I had to grow up very early at that point. And Rashard was doing the same thing. That was my safe haven. That was whatever I needed. He would work overtime to make sure that I had. So you telling me no, and then he and it was like no explanation. Just
it was like no.
And I had the program that I was in. There was a certain amount of time that I can. I only needed a certain amount of hours. Mm-hmm. So I had most of my hours, and it was coming towards the end of the year. And I'm like, well, I'm taking the day off because I'm sleepy and I want to sleep longer. And he's like, no, you got to go to school.
Yeah, you gotta finish.
You gotta finish. You gotta have exceptional attendance. And I'm like,
yes. And it was attendance based. Remember?
But it would have been my first day missing in 8 months. So I'm like, what's the big deal? And then he's playing PlayStation with his single best friend. So I'm like, oh, it's some girls coming here. That's why you want me to leave. So it was, and no was just not something that
she wasn't used to that.
I did not
at all. I couldn't tell her no.
No.
I want to go to Fridays.
So gentlemen, I'm just letting you know, if you spoil your woman, don't start singing no.
We already said that.
Whatever.
We already said that. We said that 2 weeks ago. About the gift?
However it start out, you got to keep that up. Or
that's why you start small. You know what I mean? I literally start with, you know, fast food restaurants. I'm telling you, it works. Mm-hmm. Because if she don't care about that, she ain't gonna care about, you know, when you go to Ruth Chris or whatever these fancy restaurants you have now. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't matter, right?
And I reciprocated. He bought me.
She did.
He bought me what he bought me for the first gift, but I got him surround sound DVD player, and that was big back then.
Yeah.
And I ain't make that much money.
Yeah,
but I got that.
Oh, what about the car? She got me this Franklin. I still have it. This car is a collector's item. It's a Franklin Mint detailed like car. It's a car. She said, I bought you a car. I'm like, well, where is it? Let's go outside and look at it. She said, no. And I open this thing up. It's still in the box today. But, you appreciate those things. And I really appreciate it now, definitely, because I see where it come from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So that was something that's touching on us healing. Go ahead.
No, but even just healing, even after we we came to an agreement. We're not doing this anymore. We're not gonna argue. And I'm talking about, she was like 19. I'm 20, 21.
It was younger than that.
Yeah,
I was 18.
18. She was 18 doing this, right? And I would say, we're not arguing. We're not gonna do this. If I want to do something and you don't agree with it, we can discuss it. It was so weird. We had that early.
Yeah.
Like really early until we lost it. but we had it early, right? So but then we went back to why she didn't. She explained to me then, she's like, I have a quick temper. I don't, like she said, I don't take no well. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, you gotta understand, when I say no, because I don't want something to happen to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with my selfish reason. So it helped her heal from whatever was, pissing her off for me saying no, mm-hmm. and it helped me set a boundary. Yeah. So now in our relationship we have synergy going. Not knowing, but we have synergy going. And just recognizing those little pieces, you know what I mean? If you guys go through something, go through it together.
Mm-hmm. Don't heal at the expense of your spouse.
Yeah.
Your healing shouldn't come with the price tag of traumatizing your spouse. Yeah. And there are things that, because I didn't take into account the things that he was going through, because he never made it a big issue, and because it was something, like I said, it was normalized. So it wasn't something that I took as something he needed to heal from. So
one day it will come out.
Yeah, it will.
You hold on to something long enough, the slightest thing can trigger, and it will come out, and it won't be nice.
And that's something that, because I have so many siblings, that's something that we've always done, where our pain is our pain and people don't feel our pain, and it's like, no, that's not the way the world is. Whatever is going on with you is important to you, but what's going on with that person is important to them. And you have to take into consideration and be empathetic about, like, you're not the only one going through something. Yeah. So you can't lash out and be angry at everybody, because you're not the only one that's going through something. So I had to really, process that. Just because he's, super calm about everything, and he doesn't scream and throw a temper tantrum like I did, doesn't mean that he's not going through something. So that was in a brief, moment. And I think, we're going to touch on these topics like we do, believe it or not, we find tragedy, like we said, me and Mel, our personality is warped. I don't think anybody wants, like this is it, man. And we understand each other. But we grew to that, you know what I mean? And you can grow, and, it goes back to the soulmate thing. Mm-hmm. She said it today. I came out of the store and she felt my presence. Yeah, found him behind me.
Yeah, I told her, you can blindfold me and I can tell you, I can smell her. Mm-hmm. You just think, people are like, oh, no, you guys are nuts. I'm like, no, it's fact.
Right, and whatever you're going through in your relationship, make sure that your spouse is on board with that, because you guys are a team.
Yeah, big time.
We were together and I lost my father, and we built a relationship with both of them, both of us. We knew, he knew them. My dad, you met him when you were 20 years old.
I was 19.
Yeah, so
when I met you, so months later.
And they had conversations that they would have on their own without me. Yeah. So when I lost my dad, I agreed for him. Difficult. I wanted to do, because I had lost my mother, I wanted to do it in a separate way. When I lost my mother, I moved to a different state, because I was like, okay, I'm going to run. If I move, I'm going to feel different. And I knew that way didn't work. So I was like, I'm gonna get this head on. I want to feel it. I said, I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to feel every part of the process, because
I felt it though.
Because for me, I feel like if you're grieving, the grief process should take you about 6 weeks. You're going to continue to feel pain, but if you're so sad, crying, and you can't get up out of your bed for longer than 6 weeks, then you need to speak to somebody. It's deeper than grief. Yeah. It's something that you need help with. And I just wanted to feel it, because I said sometimes, like, through life we always want to, like, be happy and rush through everything and not feel what's going on.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta feel this. So, but I didn't tell him that.
No.
So I was
it's like the third step is going. You got 5 steps to lead into the house,
Mm-hmm.
and that third step is going, and you like, you keep skipping over that step,
Mm-hmm.
right? And eventually the weight start deteriorating. You know, step 4 and step 2. Next thing you know, you can't get in the house. It's that deep, and it's a process.
Yeah, you have to climb each step to be able to get to the next level. So I was skipping a step. I never told him my process and how I was going to go through it, and I never even asked him, how do you feel? Like, you lost him too.
Yeah.
How do you, like, we're grieving it. We could have been grieving together. We could have came up with a whole plan together, and maybe it would have took, a less amount of time. Maybe I wouldn't have been as angry, like,
and
going through it by
everything.
myself.
I tried everything.
I was so used to, like, even though we had been together for so long, this part of it I had done before by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it again by myself. So make sure that you stay on, no matter what obstacle, because you're going to face obstacles in a partnership. So make sure, no matter what the obstacles are, that y'all stay on one accord, and y'all know that you're not fighting each other, and one's pain is not greater than the other's pain.
Yeah.
It works together.
Yeah, no one tragedy is greater than the other.
Exactly.
And I think we, even through that process, like that hurt, man.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt a lot, but we were on just separate. I mean, we had the same issue, but we were on separate lanes, man. We were like, she was heading north and I was heading west, and it was hard to get back on that track. We talked about, we couldn't even have conversations in the car. It was quiet, which is weird, because she talk a lot when we're in the car. Like, to the point I'm like, all right, I just want to hear this song. But wait a minute, so yeah, we wanted to hit on that, man. Mm-hmm. I think that when we thought of that topic, and I really want to do, like, how people feel. We do Zoom calls and try to get how people feel, just to help us, grow and heal from things that happened to us in the past or that is happening now. Whatever. We just want we want that, and I think we're gonna get to that point.
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
not in a sad way. We want to have this in a fun way, because it's some things that happen to us. Like, you're meant to go through stuff, and that's why you are who you are today. And that's why you're here today, viewing us, because you go through stuff just like we go through stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's literally walk through it.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into our next topic. We actually really hit on it, but our next topic was
equal but separate plans within the relationship. And I think we want to talk about this from, like, a money standpoint. Like seriously, like me and Mel, when it came to, like, finances, we were always kind of, yeah, I like what you're doing, but. You know what I mean? It was always a but. I like the fact that you say, like, right now, Mel saves way more money than I do, which is weird, because she wasn't saving anything.
Nope.
It's crazy. She saved more, like, she's the saver, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy this, and then, I'll just deal with it later. The roles changed. However, there was a point in our life where financially, our goal was to be financially stable.
Mm-hmm. We went about it.
In
two different ways.
We were like, okay, I'm gonna work and then save and work and save and work and save. And she was like, well, I'm just gonna go to work and then I'm gonna put up, $100 a week. And
I'm bored because you're at work all day. So who am I going to talk to besides my 2-year-old that just says he wants to watch Elmo?
Nah, he was watching Hip Hop Harry.
So just make sure you're on the same accord. Like, make sure your hustle matches your spouse's hustle.
Yes. Make
sure that if your goal is to be an entrepreneur, that your spouse wants to be an entrepreneur, your spouse might
just support you.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they want to, like, if you have, you want to make you want to sew blankets. Well, maybe he want to go help you pick out fabric and load it in the car.
And
That's support.
maybe he know like somebody that like made a lot of money or just is like really good at sewing blankets. So maybe he can, link you up with something that'll take you to the next level.
Yeah.
Instead of just, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm not gonna say nothing to him and I'm gonna be mad at him when he asks me, can I cook dinner? But I've been sewing blankets all day. But he don't even know that you're mad at him because you didn't know that you was sewing blankets. And that's a really dumb example. But I'm just saying, like, it's not a dumb example, but it's a real example.
Yeah, it's a real example. And like, I think it hurt not only our relationship when we found out we were on two different plans
to do the same
thing, and I was like, what the fuck, what are you thinking? And she was like, no, what are you thinking? You're trading your time for money, and I'm just saying, just work. And she was saying, like, cut back and let's just spend time with me, babe. Come in, work your 8 hours, come home and hang out with me.
Let me help you. Like, why do you feel like you have to work 16 hours when I'm an able-bodied human being and we can figure this out together? I can work too.
Yeah.
So just make sure you check in with your spouse. Make sure that you don't just bulldoze the plan. Like, oh, well, I'm the one. I got the greater idea, and I'm not even going to like tell you what your idea. She could be Albert or he. The spouse can be Albert Einstein, and you Pinky in the Brain, and you trying to come up with the plan, and you
and they got something great.
They got something that's going to save you time, money, and energy.
So, conversation.
Yes.
Always be honest with each other. Tell each other how you really feel, because if they love you, they won't get upset.
They won't, and if they get upset, you didn't say it right.
There's a right way to say it. Like,
no, if they get upset, then you said it. You brought it to them wrong.
Because you say stuff to me sometimes, and I just.
Well, then I said it wrong.
No, but I get where you're coming from. Plus, you're cute, so I gotta like.
Okay, but everybody don't feel that way.
I'm saying you talking to me.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're saying it wrong, maybe don't let that deter you. Make sure you just go about it in another way.
That's right. Listen.
And make sure you ladies don't break no windows, because it really hurts. It really hurts.
She cracked her hand and everything.
And you'll go to jail.
I wasn't gonna send her to jail.
Yeah.
I think we cuddled the next 2 days after that. Dude, that's my honey.
That was the longest week of my life.
Ooh,
we broke up.
Yeah, she was sad, but that's my honey. So,
all right,
so in saying that, we have something special planned, and we're gonna do it real quick. We're gonna get to it. So right now, I want to bring on a very close person to me. Close person to us.
To me.
The owner of Market for You, Rashonda. Come on in. There you go. I don't know if you can slide in. You can slide in. You can lean on. Hey.
Hey,
perfect.
Everybody.
So we wanted to get in here because she hit us up and she's like, yo, I got questions that I want y'all to address. And I was like, well, why don't you address them? So here we are. We're going to address those.
So, but I have questions too. So I want to know, because Shonda is dating in 2020, which is different, I'm interested. I want to know, what are things that you're healing from, coming from previous relationships?
I learned a lot about myself from the previous relationship, and not to toot my horn, but I was a bomb-ass girlfriend. And I learned a lot from myself, meaning that I learned my worth. So it was okay for me to walk away from that. So it made it easy for me because I learned my worth.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's called doing the work.
I did it.
And how do you think your experiences would impact your current relationship?
I feel like it is harder now because I don't accept a lot. And I've probably ran across a couple of nice guys, but I got turned off by certain things that I've seen in the past.
Okay, so it was, that was one thing. So we were talking about like, and it's weird. This is my sister. I'm not trying to ask her what's her turn on and turn off, but I'm talking about as far as like dating, turn ons and turn offs. Like if you see something, like for me, I'm big on smell. Not that I'm dating no time soon. I'm just saying. Not that I'm dating no time soon, but like certain aromas, I can't get used to. And that would be a turn off for me. Like if I meet her in the gym and she smell like gym sweat, but then she smell like gym sweat when we in the movie theater, I'm like, yo, she just got a glandular problem.
And I feel like for me, I don't like when somebody is like super aggressive. Yeah. And it don't even have to do with throwing their weight around. It's just like, oh, I like onion rings. We're gonna get onion rings. Like.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like onion rings. Like, don't ask me what I like. Right. I don't like that, and I don't like when somebody is, and I'm not dating anytime soon either. But if I ever wanted a like friendship, it'd be the same thing. Like, I don't like when somebody is overly friendly and try to act like they know you. Like, super. If you from Philly, I don't like when somebody extra Joe, like from just meeting you. From 5 minutes, like why you acting like you know me and we everything?
Some people they do that too. Remember with that one girl was like
weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like it's basically like his name is my name too. Like that type. Whatever you did, I did too.
Creepy life.
Yes.
So that creeps me out. I don't like
that.
So
what is your the one thing that'd be like, I'm done.
But if you got more, give them more, because there's a lot of there's a lot of males out there that may want to know from a woman's perspective.
My number one is if I meet you and we're having a good conversation. I love conversations, but here's where you turn me off. You want to jump into the sex conversation. Bruh, I've only known you for a week.
Ew.
Like, I don't care about you, Johnson.
He was on the fill out. Trying to fill you out. He's trying to fill out.
I don't care about you, Johnson.
That's rough.
I don't.
That's rough.
Care.
Yeah, so that's what dating in 2020 is like. Ew.
Yeah. So my dating life honestly is very slim, like a Slim Jim.
But I think that comes with growth and tolerance. Like you start tolerating. You just don't want to tolerate. Like my fuse is short anyway. I watched this there was a guy bumping a male, and I was just like instantly like, yo, and she's like, yeah, it's all right. I'm like, I just don't tolerate that no more. I used to be like, excuse, it's okay.
That used to be my personality.
Yeah, nah, it flipped. I don't have tolerance. Don't touch her. Yeah, don't touch her. I don't care if you don't know her. Figure it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. But
so what are your turn ons? What is something that that you look forward to?
If we've had our conversations, you have grown to know me within probably a week or two or even a few days. If you set up a date and pick me up and just take me there, we good. But if we get in the car and you ask me what are we doing, which I have done this 3 times. If you ask me what are we doing, I get out the car, I go back in the house, and I said I'm doing it.
Ooh.
Because if we had that conversation, why are you asking me what are we doing today?
Right. There is nothing wrong with that. I like that.
I like it.
That is I feel like that would be me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why we here.
Yeah. It don't matter. It's not happening no time soon.
No, I'm not dating.
No.
I'm not.
But gentlemen, listen to her and think about what your turn-ons and turn-offs are. If you like natural hair, then make sure you find somebody that has natural hair. If you like somebody that got it a waist length, wet and wavy, get you a
that
20.
What is it, 28 inches probably?
There's nothing wrong. It's something out there.
I don't plan on this happening no time.
Something out there. Everybody would be real with yourself and be real. Have that conversation.
Just be mindful of what you're
saying.
Guys,
don't do that. That's sleazy. Don't be the one that's bringing up the sex talk and nobody.
Hey, so
Olive Garden is your favorite restaurant?
Yeah, right.
Can we close up?
Yeah. You gonna close it out?
I'll close it out.
Listen, this is Rashard. This is Melody. This is Unprofessional Opinion. This right here is Market for You. I thank you guys for showing up. Listen, we're going to keep growing this conversation. Tell 30 people that you know. Text them. Send them our video.
I don't talk to 30
You know what I mean?
But
if you do, do it. You know what I mean? And listen, I appreciate you guys for coming back. This is Unprofessional Opinion. I'm about to go eat some fish, man.
Just to close it out, once again, since I'm Market for You, don't forget to follow and download YouTube, Unprofessional Opinion. And then also, don't forget the Smell Goods. You have Drip Scent, Nise, Official Sports, DJ Q, hey. Also, Soulfully You, Bake Right. I'm sorry I didn't finish my order for the cakes. I'll get you next time. Lavinia Rose, yes, thank you very much. I am rocking you. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to Unprofessional Opinions.
That's right.
Chart and Mail. You guys have a good one.
My word, my word, my